Yeah. Way more formal back then, not so much now.
Are you guys ready? We're going to start. Are you guys ready? We're going to start. Here we go. Here we go.
Welcome and good evening, everyone, and happy graduation day to our seniors. It is so lovely to see you all sitting out there, here to support and celebrate the class of 2025. My name is April Camuso, and I'm the principal here at Hopkins Academy. I would like to take this opportunity to thank the families of our graduates, faculty and staff, school committee members, trustees, administration, and Hadley Media for making tonight possible. And of course, a big shout out to our graduates, the class of 2025. Thank you for all your hard work that brought you here tonight. The class of 2025 is best described as giving, thoughtful, and delightful. They excel in all the things they love: athletics, music, theater, service, and many other extracurriculars. Looking through the speeches for tonight, it is clear that they have had a meaningful and positive impact on this community and each other. So I will share only one observation and piece of advice and leave the rest to our other speakers. It is clear that the class of 2025 cares about one another. They are committed to one another, and they support one another. Being there for someone else when they are in need and getting the same in return really makes a world of difference. As you have here, when you get out in the world, don't hesitate to ask for help, and don't hesitate to be the one to give it. It makes life so much more pleasant, and let's be honest, who wouldn't want that? One such amazingly caring and supportive person is our first speaker and valedictorian. This young woman has spent her years at Hopkins succeeding not just in academics, but in athletics, student council, Key Club, peer mentors, and more. She lives her values, and she brings joy to these halls. Please welcome to the stage our valedictorian, Maggie Potter.
Growing up in a small town like Hadley, I've been fortunate enough to get to know each and every one of my peers. For 14 years, I've been in the Hadley school system, watching us grow from preschoolers to seniors, never expecting the year 2025 to come so quickly. And yet, sitting in front of me, the class of 2025, a distinct group of hardworking, humorous, and clever individuals that I'm proud to be part of. A united class that through combined efforts leaves the community better than we have found it. In some shape or form, we have all made an impact on our class. And for that, I am grateful for experiencing years of education in my childhood with these individuals. Together, we have come so far from 7th grade, back when the scariest thing was finding your way to class on the first day of school. I remember being so nervous about getting lost in the daunting, nearly one-way hall of Hopkins Academy. And yet, as I looked around, I was met by the friendly faces of teachers who, through thick and thin, are always willing to help. As I stepped out of my comfort zone and gained the courage to ask for help, I found myself at ease within the welcoming school community. At the end of the day, we all made it to the right classrooms, gaining a new sense of confidence in the process. And so it is crazy to think, at the end of today, we graduate from this very building. This gym, these halls, these classrooms are full of experiences, good and bad. Experiences that have shaped us into the inquisitive young people we are today. With so many memories that reside in these walls, it's hard to say goodbye, yet they give us the strength to flourish in our lives. Hadley has created a unique environment for us to prosper and learn, serving as a starting point for our future endeavors. I'm so proud of all that our class has accomplished and will accomplish as we leave high school. No longer those timid 7th graders, we have become the role models of the school, serving as leaders in clubs, sports, volunteerism, and in the classroom. We've set a precedent for younger grades. Yet, this is nothing new for our class. From a young age, we have consisted of high-achieving individuals, pushing each other to succeed. This competitive and positive atmosphere has allowed us to develop into capable, determined, and strong people ready for the next challenges in our lives. Since I was little, this environment was what inspired many of my ambitions. Growing up, playing so many sports and activities with my classmates, this could not have all been done without the support of our parents. The time and effort of families have laid the foundation for the success of our class. We owe so much to those who have supported and raised us, forever appreciating their continuous efforts. For me, I will always remember what my dad used to say before my games: have fun, stay focused. A saying I truly believe holds true to our class. While we have certainly had our fair share of fun over the years, I've witnessed the high level of diligence held by my classmates. Whether it's a subject, a hobby, a sport, or a job, every single one of my classmates has a passion that makes their eyes light up and lose track of time. Something they continuously work towards even when there's no end in sight. I call for you all to hold on to these passions, letting them flourish wherever life may take you. Sprouting from Hadley, I want to recognize the good we have created and will continue to create in the world. We serve as the forefront of a new generation of innovative, persevering people. As my classmates venture off, I want to acknowledge the unique opportunities set by attending Hopkins Academy. I hope the lessons here, whether inside the classroom or not, can be applied to real-world experiences and problems that may be faced. With Vitality, I am confident that my classmates will accomplish great things, as I see so much potential in each and every one of us. And while there is much to miss, like always dominating Spirit Week, honor roll muffins, endless laughter in the halls, and trying to somehow make Mr. Marcinek smile, I am so grateful I got to experience it with this group of individuals. I would not want it any other way. As this day marks our last goodbyes from high school and our first hellos to the future, I want to remind my classmates that if you ever get lost in life, you will always have a home in Hadley, a support system of friends, family members, and teachers who are willing to help you. Do not feel scared to roam new halls. Do not feel scared to ask for help. Embrace changes, learn from your mistakes, and cherish your passions as we embark on the next chapters of our lives, forever remembering our roots in Hadley. Thank you.
Thank you, Maggie. Tonight, we would like to recognize several of our seniors by presenting them with a variety of awards and scholarships. Hopkins has a long tradition of acknowledging seniors' accomplishments on this evening. For our next set of awards, descriptions of all awards can be found in the program. As I call upon a recipient, that student will please come to the podium to receive their award. As some students will receive more than one award, please hold applause until after all awards for that student are read. Our first recipient is Erica Maya, who's won the Tom Hannigan Scholarship. Next, we have Aisha Anjum, who's won the National School Choral Award, the Michael R. Grabig Jr. Memorial Scholarship, and the Frank E. Kolaski Memorial Scholarship. Next is Logan Bai, who's won the Chet Bai Senior Athletic Baseball Award and the Edward F. Kelly Memorial Award. Lucas Cabral Silva has won the Norman C. Barstow Senior Award. Melissa Cabrera has won the Dr. Harry Portman Memorial Scholarship. Jackson Campbell has won the Sandra Walsh Kelly Memorial Scholarship and the Mary McGrath O'Brien Debating Prize. Elena Conklin has won the Adolph and Clara Pipchinsky Scholarship, the Sheriff Patrick J. Cahalan Scholarship Award, the Matthew Cushy Award, the James Robert Ryan Prizes, and the Independent Order of the Oddfellows Award. Eric Cruz Perez has won the Joseph and Mary Konecki Prize. Sadie Sear has won the Peg Dion Memorial Scholarship, the Coaches Award, the Faculty Award, the Constant Ann Nijelski Memorial, the Edward S. Kozier Award, and the Henry E. Ryan Arthur Ryan Award. Austin Dizek has won the Richard A. Graves Memorial Scholarship, the Solowski Farms Agricultural Foundation Scholarship, the Michelle Searle Scholarship, the Joseph and Mary E. Zatakira Memorial Award, and the Timothy Parsons Award. Liedson Fernandez Miranda has won the Bud Neeland Award. Jack Dijak has won the John J. Pipchinsky Scholarship. Hannah Gilpin-Falk has won the Constance Higgins Alumni Prize, the Florence M. Reed English Prize, the Rotary Scholarship, the Hadley Mothers Club Prizes, the Fannie G. Allen Award, and the George C. Hibbert Alumni Scholarship. Dylan Hughes has won the Marion Purdy Memorial Scholarship, the Nancy E. Malinowski Urgel Scholarship, and the Edward Dukowitz Training Scholarship. Andrew Jekanowski has won the Sam Koch Memorial Award, the Barbara G. and John S. Byron Scholarship, the James Robert Ryan Prizes, and the John Mish Senior Memorial Scholarship. Eli Jekanowski has won the Teddy S. Soldega Memorial Scholarship and the Mass Farm Bureau Hampshire Company Award. Benjamin Kosciuszko has won the Bridget A. Ryan Prize, Minnie R. Dwight, and the Florence Banks Scholarship. Madeline Labrie has won the Barbara Konecki Memorial Scholarship and the Hadley People Interested in the Arts Award. Aidan Mayer has won the Peter Allen Jekanowski Memorial Scholarship and the Hadley Education Association Scholarship. Neil McFarlane has won the Joseph Michael Konecki Jr. Award. Aurora Moynihan has won the Sam Koch Memorial Award and the Golden Hawk Award. Margaret Potter has won the Leon G. Jasansky Memorial Scholarship, the Hope Grange Youth Mathematics Prize, the Alan M. Daniels Memorial Award, the Hadley Mothers Club Prizes, the Scott Ring Hopkins Athletic Booster Club Scholarship, the Edward F. Kelly Memorial Award, Amherst Pediatrics Scholarship, the Deborah J. Kosher Memorial Award, the Dwight History Prize, the Emerson Prize, Burton B. Shores Memorial Prize, and Eleanor Van Dorn Smith Scholarship. Chase Simonik has won the Hadley Mothers Club Prize and the Mary E. Kennedy Award. Ella Sypek has won the Nellie A. John W. Sikowski Award. Nicholas Uckney has won the Stanley and Stasha Kazera Memorial Scholarship, the Peg Dion Memorial Scholarship, the Christopher M. Delisle Scholarship, the John Philip Sousa Band Award, the Louis Armstrong Jazz Award, the Woody Herman Jazz Ensemble Award, the Quincy Jones Scholarship Award, the Paul A. Klomoski Soccer Award, the American Legion Scholarship, the Teddy S. Soldega Memorial Scholarship, the Michael R. Grabiak Jr. Memorial Scholarship, the Sam Pollard Award, Daughters of the American Revolution, and the Adolph and Mary Puchinski Scholarship. There you go. Helen Visas has won the Chet By Jr. Athletic Soccer Award, and the Beth Jean Cook Memorial Scholarship. You're welcome. Alex West has won the Paul W. Brown Senior Baseball Award, the James P. Reed Athletic Medal, the Bridget A. Ryan Prize, and the Scott Ring Hopkins Athletic Booster Club Scholarship. I got a couple of trophies for you. One more.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And last but not least is Addison Wright, who's won the John Natick Art Award. Our next speaker distinguishes herself with her passion for learning and her commitment to excellence. Never one to shy away from a challenge, when I first tossed out the idea to her that she could graduate a year early, she jumped at the opportunity. You would never know from her tranquil demeanor that she has so many impressive responsibilities. I don't want to say that she makes her hard work look easy, but she certainly makes it look meaningful. And as a result of all that determination, she has earned her spot as our salutatorian. Please welcome to the stage our salutatorian, Hannah Gilpin-Falk.
I have a confession to make. When Miss Sear told me I could graduate a year early and join your class, I was terrified. You all made so much noise at lunch, I could barely hear myself think. But sitting in the bleachers at Spirit Week last year, watching your lip sync performance to I'm Just Ken and hearing those very loud cheers, I lost the fear. I realized that you really are a special group of people. You were willing to show up for your class and actually rehearse that performance until it got that good. Even though I was sitting in the 10th grade section of the bleachers that day, I was cheering for all of you. You are amazing. And today, as seniors, we all get to cheer for each other. Way back in middle school, we survived the pandemic and lots of Zoom classes. And somehow, Although we could not interact in person for many of those middle school years, we still learned how to support each other, how to have meaningful and productive discussions in class, how to ask good questions, and how to show up. Then, in August, nearly every one of us climbed out of bed at 4 or 5 a.m. for senior sunrise at the elementary school. I was pretty impressed. While I am sure some of you groaned over lost sleep or did not want to drive over, you still showed up. Because of that, we all began the first day of school wearing our senior shirts and presented, as I think Ms. Gladstone put it, a unified front. Wearing my own senior shirt made me feel strangely old, but it also felt right. For the first time, I felt like I was a part of a community, and I'm really grateful to all of you for that. And you kept showing up for the wider Hopkins community throughout this year. You acted in yet another showstopper of a play. You led the student council in organizing Spirit Week, pep rallies, and so many more events. You held leadership roles in clubs and sports. You led the school in supporting our students in the Special Olympics basketball game. You paid your class dues. The list goes on. And if there's one thing I want to urge you to do as we all move beyond high school, it is to keep showing up for your communities. It matters. We are graduating into a world suffocated by social media and AI, both pushing us to become even more distant from each other. We all care about different issues, and these differences are an incredible strength. I know that each one of us can use the skills we have developed at Hopkins to become active, involved community members, even leaders. May we all create many more moments just as spectacular as that lip sync battle performance last year. I'm honored to be a part of this class, and I'm cheering you on. Thank you, and congratulations.
Every year, the Board of Trustees is generous enough to award many scholarships to the graduating seniors. These scholarships are greatly appreciated by the class in their journey to further educate themselves and achieve their future goals. On behalf of the class of 2025, thank you for your contributions, your support and generosity throughout our years at Hopkins. We would now like to welcome Mr. William Dwyer Jr., the President of the Trustees for Hopkins Academy, to announce the Trustees Awards.
This is always a fun part of the proceeding for me. Congratulations to all of you, to the students, to your parents, to the faculty, the staff, the administration who got you to this point. From here on, you're not going to be all together, but you have a good basic background, and you're going to do well. So the trustee application process involves an application, a written application filled out by the students. This year we had 13 applications, and it's reviewed by 4 members of the Board of Trustees, the Scholarship Committee. We knew it was going to be a little tough this year. Remember, scholarships are primarily based on academic performance. And when I saw that the office was taking the GPAs out to 4 decimal points, I thought this is going to be a really tight class academically. And I was right. The one thing we haven't done for a couple of years, we used to have interviews with the students that gave us some back and forth and some feedback about how the trustee programs help the students and some guidance on what type of programs we could fund going forward. We hope to pick that up soon, but we're all still reeling a bit from COVID. This year, based on the academic performance of the 13 students who applied, and recognizing, as I said, that tight spread with all the 4 decimal point GPAs that were being calculated, we're awarding a total of $30,800 in scholarships. So let me begin with John Dijak, who is getting a $1,000 scholarship. I should add that these envelopes have instructions on how to claim the scholarship after you have completed a semester of higher education. No checks. Next, also at the $1,000 level is Addison Wright. Moving up to the $2,000 level, we start with Eli Jekanowski. Congratulations. Also at the 2,000 level, Aisha Anjum. Also at 2,000, Elena Conklin. And again at 2,000, Nicholas Kane. And the final scholarship at the $2,000 level goes to Sadie Sear. We now move up to the $2,800 level with Chase Simonich. And next, also at 2,800 is Andrew Jekanowski. And then we move up to the $2,800 level, and that is Dylan Hughes. Actually, I should have held the moving up for a minute. We're moving up to 3,200, and that's Nicholas Uckney. And finally, in a almost too close to count, nail-biting photo finish, I guess I will do it in this order. Hannah Gilpenfalk at $3,600. And also at $3,600, Margaret Potter. And that concludes my part. Thank you.
I met Lynn Hersey when my family moved to Hadley when I was 5 years old. Although at the time we called her Coach, Over the years, Coach became Lynn to me. Lynn showed me what it means to be confident, fearless, and determined in all aspects of life. I have watched in awe as she has effortlessly coached her basketball team at Smith College to the Division III National Championship game, and admired her patience as she raised her 2 daughters, whom I love to babysit. Thank you for everything you have taught me, Lynn. Without further ado, I would like to welcome Lynn Hersey.
It's a tough act to follow with someone's giving out money, but I'm going to try to do my best here. It's a true honor to be here with you tonight at Hopkins Academy, one of the oldest public high schools in the country. This place represents not just education, but history, tradition, and pride. And today, the class of 2025 becomes a part of that legacy. As a college basketball coach, I spent most of my time in a gym, breaking down game film, calling out plays, running drills. But today, I get to be a part of something much bigger than a game. I get to speak to you on one of life's biggest stages, graduation. Let me start by saying congratulations, not just to the graduates, but to the people who have helped you get here. Your parents, grandparents, friends, administrators, teachers, counselors, coaches, mentors. They've been your team behind the scenes, giving all of themselves to your growth, providing you with opportunity, and preparing you for the journey ahead. What an incredible gift to give, and a powerful one to receive. And to the graduates of Hopkins Academy, as we gather to celebrate your academic success, today has been earned, not given. Over the last 4 years, you have had choices to make when no one was watching. And it's a culmination of all those decisions that have brought you here today. We are here to celebrate you as you end one chapter and begin another. Now, you may be wondering what a college basketball coach has to offer during a speech on graduation day. And before I get to that, I feel like we may need to get to know each other a little bit. So a little bit about me. I grew up in this small town in Dexter, Maine, with a population of just under 2,000 and a graduating class of 50. Dexter was known as the home of Dexter Shoes, a shoe company popular in the 80s and 90s for their penny loafer. Growing up, we didn't have many distractions when the school day was over. It was mainly athletics, theater, music, family, friends. I actually had to drive 30 minutes to get to a Dunkin' Donuts. So considering that, Hadley feels like a city. My town was small in numbers, but strong in community, and it invested in its people. And now, I've called Hadley home for the last 12 years. I can catch a glimpse of Hadley Elementary out my kitchen window. On spring weekends, I watch rec baseball and softball. This fall, I saw the new playground being installed. And just this past weekend, I stood along the sidewalk and watched the Hopkins Academy Band march proudly in the Memorial Day Parade. This isn't just where I live. This is where I choose to be. And that's why tonight is so meaningful to me. Because I'm not just speaking to graduates. I'm speaking to neighbors, to young people I believe in, to a community I'm proud to be a part of. Now, what I'd like to share with you today has everything to do with you being built for the clutch moments in your life. At Smith, I've seen a lot of games come down to one shot, one decision, one moment. But the truth is, clutch moments don't start in the spotlight. They're shaped long before that. And how you prepare, how you cultivate your mindset, and how you carry yourself when things don't go your way. Over the years, the beliefs I'm about to share are what I know. It's what I talk about. It's what fills me up, and what I hope lives in the hearts and minds of each young person I've had the privilege to coach. So this is what a basketball coach has to share on graduation day. Do hard well. Dream boldly and trust that your best will shine. Show up for others always. Do hard well. One of the greatest heartaches of my professional life was a job I didn't get 18 years ago. I had spent 6 years working as an assistant coach in a community I loved, at a program that had the potential to become a national championship contender. When the head coaching job opened, I poured everything I had into preparing for the opportunity. I practiced every interview question I could imagine. I studied the school, the alums, the faculty. I broke down film on the players. I had a vision for building a winning culture in a system that would maximize their talent. By the day of the interview, I was ready, calm, confident, articulate, filled with passion for a place I believed in, and I nailed it. A few days later, I found out the job went to someone else, someone with head coaching experience, and I was crushed. Fast forward to March 22nd of this year, a historic rematch of last year's Division III National Championship game, Smith versus NYU. Anybody here going to NYU? Okay, just checking. NYU had beaten us by 10 points the year before. And as any good competition goes, a rivalry was born. The entire offseason, our coaching staff worked tirelessly to recruit, and our players worked with a drive that only losing a national championship game can ignite. As fate would have it, we were paired in the NCAA bracket on opposite sides, and we each worked our way through 5 tough opponents to meet again. After a 2-point win against Wisconsin Oshkosh in the semifinals, in a 90-minute shoot-around to prepare for NYU, the ball was tipped, and the game started on a 9-2 run by NYU. Their pressure consumed us. Their speed dominated us at 4 positions, and we lost the game by 28. Heartbreak for our players, heartbreak for our coaches, heartbreak for Smith College. Doing hard well is a mindset. It's the active decision to face challenges head on and to sit in the mess of it, not with fear or avoidance, but with focus, purpose, and growth. Life will throw you situations that are hard, unexpected, and uncomfortable. You won't always get the result you want or the return on your hard work. But doing hard well means you show up anyway. It means you don't run from adversity, you rise in it. You prepare like it matters, even when no one is watching. You speak with purpose, act with integrity, and keep pushing when stopping feels easier. Doing hard well isn't about perfection. It's about persistence. It's about learning how to fight back and keep believing even when it's tough, especially when it's tough. I didn't get that job 18 years ago, but I did get the Smith job shortly after. And what felt like failure in that moment must have just been the foundation for something better in my future. And why not go for a three-peat back to the national championship game? That would be historic. And maybe that's the story of how we'll win our first national championship. I choose to believe in doing hard well. In my mind, there's just no other good option. Dream boldly and trust that your best will shine. In 2012-13, we had built Smith into a conference contender and one of the stronger programs in New England. We earned an at-large bid to the NCAA Division III tournament with a 22-4 record, Smith's first ever appearance. We were sent to play the University of Southern Maine. Anybody going there? We're good? Okay. They were ranked 8th in the country at the time. They had a 27-1 record, a legendary coach in Gary Fifield, and a gym packed with over 3,000 fans. They had been to 26 NCAA tournaments and multiple Final Fours. We were new, unknown. To the outside world, this was supposed to be an easy opening round game for them. As the ball was thrown for a jump ball, the entire USM student section copied the pregame ritual of LeBron James and threw powder into the air, which flowed onto the court and forced the officials to stop the game immediately so the court could be cleaned. We had just encountered a welcome to USM moment that was aimed to rattle us. But that wasn't the mindset or the DNA of this team. This team was different. They didn't fear failure. They took calculated risks. They believed in each other. They wanted the dream. And they were willing to fight for their moment. On the first possession of the game, our 6'2" stretch four caught a pass from our point guard just feet from the sideline near the student section. She pulled up 5 feet behind the three-point arc and drained a three. As she backpedaled down the court, she stared straight into the crowd with a look in her eye as if to say, "We're here to win." And win we did, 80-58. Dreaming boldly means allowing yourself to imagine a life that excites you, even if it scares you. It means setting goals that stretch you, pursuing paths that others might not understand, and refusing to play small just to stay safe. But dreaming big also requires deep trust. Trust that your preparation matters. Trust that your character will carry you. Trust that your best, your real authentic best, is enough. Not every dream will unfold on your timeline, and not every risk will pay off immediately. But when you commit to showing up with vulnerability, effort, belief, your best will shine through, and often when it counts most. Show up for others, always. Last season, our basketball program was tested in a way that had nothing to do with executing a scout, breaking a press, or managing playing time. It was a test of empathy. On the night of December 2nd, 2023, one of our senior marquee players called. She had just lost her father unexpectedly, and I was the first person she called after hearing the news from her mother. I rushed to campus and sat with her for hours. I witnessed raw grief in a young woman trying to make sense of an unimaginable loss. In that moment, I realized this wasn't something to fix. It was something to feel with her. I couldn't take the heartache away, but I could be present, as uncomfortable, difficult, and heart-wrenching as that was, I knew what I had to do: show up, fully, compassionately, and without hesitation. With her permission, I informed the team. And what happened next is something I'll never forget. For the next week, this player was never alone. Each night, a teammate was by her side when she went to bed. At every meal in our dining hall, someone was sitting beside her. Teammates took morning walks with her around campus, and they checked in with her throughout the day. They surrounded her, not with answers, but with their genuine love and presence. That's what it means to show up for people. The journey ahead is going to throw things that aren't fair and don't make sense. You will have parents who experience loss, and friends who will go through health issues, co-workers and partners who will face moments they can't carry alone. Be the person who shows up, not just when it's convenient, not just when it's easy or comfortable, but when it matters in the life of someone else. Lastly, we have a tradition at Smith that I would like to share with you today. Each one of you will be given a gold Hopkins Academy pin. I'm wearing mine. This pin symbolizes the experiences you've had and the impact you've made as a golden hawk. I ask you to reflect on your time here with tremendous gratitude for the people who have helped shape you, and not allowing us to let the moment slip away. I ask you to gift your pin to that special person and share with them your gratitude for their care of you. Now go deep with this. Go deep with this. Let it have the impact it deserves. I promise you, it will fill you up to do it, and it will land with such power on the person you choose. Class of 2025, what I hope you carry with you from today isn't just inspiration, but a mindset. When your journey gets hard, and it will at times, do hard well. Don't run from the challenges. Meet them with grit, with the kind of purpose that builds strength over time. When your world tells you to play it safe, dream boldly. Take risks. Bet on yourself. Trust your preparation, your values, your voice, that they're more than enough. And no matter where life takes you, show up for people always. In joy, in struggle, in success, in heartbreak. Be someone who makes others feel seen and supported. That is impact. That is what truly lasts. You're leaving Hopkins Academy with more than a diploma. You're leaving with the roots of this community, with purpose and with the power to step into life's biggest moments, not just ready for them, but built for them. Be proud of where you came from and bring its strengths with you wherever your path may lead. Congratulations, Hopkins Academy Class of 2025. We believe in you. Now go believe in yourselves and go be clutch. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that. That was a lovely speech. I would like to welcome those who will present the diplomas for our graduates. Superintendent Dr. Ann McKenzie, from the school committee, Tara Bruger, and the Board of Trustees representative, William Dwyer. Students, please rise and proceed to the end of the risers. As your name is called, please come forward to collect your diploma and return to your seat. Sadie Elizabeth Sear. Nicholas Brendan Uckneat. Elena Rose Conklin. Andrew James Jekanowski. Eric Eduardo Amaya. Aisha Anjum. Logan Joseph Bai. Lucas Cabral Silva. Melissa Cabrera. Nicholas Samuel Kane. Jackson Alexander Campbell. Eric David Cruz Perez. Priscilla Marie Cruz Colon. Austin James Dizek. Rory Raymond Dowd. John Anthony Dijak. Liedson Ricardo Fernandez Miranda. Hannah Taya Gilpin Falk. Ava Taylor Hentnick. Rye Abigail Horgan. Dylan William Hughes. Eli Joseph Jekanowski. Benjamin Armand Kosciuszko. Madeline Grace Labrie. Joseph Jack Lafort. Abel Antonio Martinez Ortiz. Aiden Vivian Mayer. Neil Antonio McFarland. James Kirk McPherson. Aurora Marie Moynihan. Derek Holden Osborne. Anthony Dominic Palmazzano. Link Damian Perry. Margaret Elizabeth Potter. Talon Frederick Salgado. Chase Martin Simonek. Ella Grace Sypek. Helen Calliope Visas. Alex Chapin West. Beatrix King Williamson. Max Raymond Witowitz. Addison Evan Wright. Graduates, please rise. And audience, please join me in congratulating the class of 2025 on their accomplishments. You guys. And you may be seated.
Good evening, everyone. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Nick Uckney, and it is my honor today to introduce the class of 2025's distinguished alumni speaker, Jack Sykowski. Born and raised in Hadley, Jack grew up within a large farming family, and he learned the ropes at a very young age. In fact, I think he told me he first drove a tractor down the road when he was 5. Jack attended the Hadley Public Schools and graduated from Hopkins Academy. He went on to earn a degree in engineering before returning to school to earn a master's in science education. For the past 30 years, he has worked as an educator at all different levels, including middle school, high school, and college at schools like Smith College, UMass, and Elms. Jack is currently a middle school science teacher at the Greater Commonwealth Virtual School, an all-online public school for a diverse group of Massachusetts students. He also serves the town as a leader of the Climate Change Committee, working hard to earn state grants that benefit us all. I first met Jack when I was 14 and started a summer job at Plainville Farm. Plainville Farm is owned and operated by Jack's older brother, Wally. Every summer, while most other teachers kick it back and hit the hay for a few months, sorry guys, Jack goes back to his roots of farming and works as the field boss for Wally's tobacco operation. Jack is out there every day of the week chopping tobacco while also facilitating the operation. It's a type of hard work that you can't understand until you try it for yourself. Jack just might be the fastest tobacco chopping middle school teacher in the valley. Simply put, the phrase jack of all trades was probably created by someone who stalked Mr. Jack Sykowski for a few days. His hard work and dedication in such an array of professions is a trait that I will always admire. Let's all give it up for Mr. Jack Sykowski.
Hi, good evening. Nick, thank you very much for this award. I'm honored to receive it. My congratulations to all of the Hopkins graduates. This is a big event and a very exciting time for all of you. And congratulations to everybody who was on the softball team and the baseball team for the super seasons that you had this year. I read about it this morning in the Gazette. This is a night when you graduate from school, and I want to leave you with a question. What's the most important thing you've ever learned in your life, and who taught that to you? I'll get back to this in a few minutes. So 43 years ago, I was sitting in your seats for graduation for the class of 1982. Along the way, I have learned a few things that I'm going to share with you tonight. First of all, it helps to have deep roots to help you grow. And Ella, I think you won the Sykowski Scholarship. Those were my grandparents. They were awesome. So good luck. For me, my mom and my dad, along with all of my aunts and uncles, all graduated from Hopkins. I'm the youngest of 6 siblings, all of whom were good students, and they cast a long shadow and a good shadow of how to succeed in school. They taught me how to work from my strengths, how to learn from my failures. Not every mistake is crushing, but a chance to learn how to do it better next time. Remember that. All 3 of my sisters became teachers. Annie, one of them worked with you. And they were masters of their craft, and they showed me how to teach well. Both of my brothers farm in town and set a high bar of excellence. Along the way, try something new. So years ago, I had a chance to teach in Haiti. Actually, I've had 2 opportunities to go to Haiti. Going somewhere new offered a new perspective that was invaluable for becoming a teacher. Now I'm teaching at a virtual public school that presents some benefits and some new challenges. We work with students from Massachusetts, from all across the state, from Pittsfield to Provincetown, and the students come in by Zoom every day. Many of my students come to us for health reasons or for bullying or other concerns. They need a change and to try something new. Also, find your Yodas. I think it's interesting that 43 years ago, I was listening to my graduation speaker who had taught us over at Russell School. That was Ken Cooper. He was amazing. You know, you need to remember the master teacher from Star Wars that Yoda was. I was really lucky to find some Yodas at Hopkins. Ron Berger, Joe Medinsky, Diane Chapman, Mrs. Masalski, Kathy Masalski, were some of the best role models for me. When I graduated, I never expected to be a teacher. I started out as an engineer, and then I did a career change. But teaching is where I ultimately and mostly happily landed. Mrs. Masalski was a master teacher, mixing projects into U.S. history class, and we researched fellow citizens in Hadley. Mr. Dwyer, I interviewed your dad for that project. We looked at historic buildings. Mr. Dwyer, I looked at your house for that project. I didn't spend all the time there, but I spent a fair amount of time. And then we prepared for a debate. And back in 7th grade, Ms. Masalski had us participate in a simulation of coming to Ellis Island. Lucky me to find so many role models here at Hopkins. My wife and son are definitely on my Yoda list based on how they look at the world, how they support me, and how they support others. So lastly, remember your community. Help out in Hadley. Being on the climate change committee, we have a spring cleanup day, and some of you have already helped with that. And some of you have painted those Keep Hadley signs when you were with Susan Duncan in 7th grade. We have those signs posted all around town to show that we care. Hadley has hundreds of volunteers working to make life better here at home. Get involved as much as you can. Knowing a few of the seniors, Austin, Nick, I'm aware of how hard you work to build up this community, how hard you work on the farm already. So please, everybody, keep supporting our communities. So earlier this week, I asked my 8th graders at the Greater Commonwealth Virtual Public School that question about what's the most important thing that they've ever learned. And I have about 115 students that I meet with every day. And 3 of the students shared these answers. One student shared that however many people do not like you, there will always be a person who thinks you're the best person alive. She's had a tough go. She's lived through a lot of bullying. Another student shared that the most important thing I have ever learned is how to read. Learning to read is so important to me because it helps me not only read, but to speak and to be a writer. And as a library trustee, I know how much reading matters. Finally, another student shared, I learned that I am capable of anything. There are no limits. I decide how things go, and it might take very hard work, but people can do things that no one else thought was possible. So good luck to all of you as you move forward. Remember your roots and how you started here, and keep looking for your Yodas along the way. And I do want to mention that Kathy Masalski, Diane Chapman, 2 of my Yodas are here, and I want to thank them for how much they helped me along the way. And teachers, good luck. I know how hard it is, so I get that. Thank you, everybody.
I would now like to introduce our Class of 2025 President, Sadie Sear. Sadie has been an instrumental leader to our class as the class president since 7th grade. Her hard work and dedication throughout all of our years at Hopkins has led our class to many successful and fun years, and especially exciting and meaningful senior events. Thank you, Sadie, for all your hard work and everything you've done for our grade and our school community as a whole.
As I sat in my living room writing this speech, I brainstormed multiple topics. I had difficulty choosing what to speak about, as I didn't want it to be something everyone has heard before. I felt pressure. I sat and reflected on all my years at Hopkins, and I was truly stuck. I realized I didn't know what I wanted my last words to the class of 2025 to be. I felt so much pressure to make sure it was memorable, exciting, and maybe even funny. I thought, what advice can I give to graduates when I have no experience as a graduate? Finally, I decided to share a bit about the 6 keys to happiness, how we've learned to create them at Hopkins, and how they will help us navigate our future paths. Some people believe there are 6 keys to happiness: mindfulness, generosity, gratitude, purpose, human connection, and positive outlook. Throughout our time at Hopkins, we have learned about each of these, whether we realized it or not. During our 7th grade year, we faced the pandemic, which frustratingly took away from many exciting aspects of our 7th grade year. We could no longer go to nature's classroom or take our trip to Six Flags for science fair. We were trapped behind a screen in our homes for many months. However, our class stayed positive as we even worked to run fundraisers and plan Google Meets or Zooms with our friends. We learned to persevere and keep a positive outlook. As the year transitioned into 8th grade and we were doing hybrid learning, we learned the value of human connection. Starting our 8th grade year, many of us felt deprived of human connection and missed talking to our friends without a mask. We wanted to play together and move around the school freely, but we were in cohorts to protect against the spread, and we respected those rules. As the year came to a close, things began to feel much more normal, and our positive outlook was rewarded by more human connection. The jump from middle school to high school is difficult. We entered our first year of high school with purpose, after hearing rumors about how hard English would be or that math was getting more advanced. Our class rose to the challenge, and we were ready to work hard and show our teachers who the class of 2025 was: a dedicated, hard-working group. Freshman year flew by and sophomore year began. We were grateful that we'd survived our first year of high school. We knew what to expect. We had the tools to adapt to a new English class with Miss Chartier and a different science class with Mr. Dowd. We were also grateful for the challenging assignments given to us the year before. It got us ready for the year to follow, junior year, which would be the most taxing. As junior year began, we were mindful of the classes we were taking and how they would affect our grades, as well as the balance of school, extracurriculars, and friends. Many had apprehensions about what was to come, but once again we persevered, asked for help, adjusted, found balance, and just like that, our junior year was over. As our senior year started, we felt a mixture of excitement and stress because we had to balance completing the work for our classes, applying to college or opportunities after graduation, working, and filling out scholarship applications. It wasn't easy, but we continued to persevere, and before we knew it, we were making decisions about the future. We took our wisdom and offered tips to the underclassmen, which we generously shared at an assembly. Our class has often been described as role models due to our kindness and generosity. We are so proud of all that we've given back to the community. So here we are today, graduation, where we say goodbye and thank you to all the teachers who worked with us and helped to mold us into who we are today. I know I am grateful for everything Hopkins has given me, as it has shaped me into who I am today. So I ask, at some point today, not right now, you let a friend, family member, or teacher know how grateful you are for them, and more importantly, why you are grateful for them. It's the little things that go a long way, so don't be afraid to share with them about how much they affected you. I hope as we continue on in life, we reflect and think about the 6 keys to happiness. We were all raised surrounded by them, so look for these values and continue to be happy and share happiness in your new communities wherever they may be. Best of luck, class of 2025. Thank you, Hopkins, once again for helping us succeed, supporting us, and helping us strive to achieve the 6 keys to happiness. And now, please rise as the Hopkins Academy Band, led by Mr. Fazio, will play the Alma Mater.
amazing group of graduates. For those of you who do not know us, my name is Miriam Gladstone, this is Amy Lana, and we have had the privilege of being class advisors for the class of 2025 since their freshman year. We would like to thank everyone for coming out to celebrate this very special class. The class of 2025's motto is "You're going to miss us when we're gone." And it is abundantly clear that this statement is true. In the past few weeks, we have heard from multiple members of faculty and staff about how much this class has served as role models for the younger students, how helpful and trustworthy these students are, and how much they will be missed when they are no longer here.
In a world that often encourages compliance, celebrates mediocrity, and endorses the mundane, the passionless, and the characterless, it can be very difficult to be a person of integrity and compassion. In the face of intense pressure to conform, this group of young people demonstrated their individuality, their authenticity, and their empathy in ways that are no longer common in a post-COVID society. These students have shared their hopes, their dreams, weaknesses, vulnerabilities, stories, highs and lows with us. And for this closeness and willingness to cultivate deep relationships, we are very grateful. The class of 2025 is a diverse, enthusiastic, driven group of young adults. And even with their differences, they have come together as a class and community many times during their tenure at Hopkins. Their willingness to work together, to put themselves out there in front of their peers, teachers, and the greater Hadley community have shown other students in the building what it looks like to be ethical, involved, and informed citizens. Last night at class night, you all got to witness a bit of this camaraderie during the Spirit Week events of tug of war and the lip sync battle. We hope that you all continue to feel this bond even as you leave Hopkins Academy and enter the larger world beyond.
This year, the students have chosen to recess out of graduation to the song "Don't Stop" by Fleetwood Mac. This song references looking into the future and being excited for what comes next. We know that you will all move on to great things, and even though, as it says in the lyrics, yesterday's gone, we hope that you will look back fondly on your years together at Hopkins and know that you're an incredible group of young adults and that we will miss you. William Faulkner gave us the wise words, "The past is never dead. It's not even past." We recognize that the time we have spent together here will continue to resonate with you and with us through the years, and it has been a crucial part of building our own identities together. We know that what you have built here will serve as a strong foundation for a variety of bright futures. Now, we ask that you all rise as students and then faculty leave the gym. We ask that family and friends remain here in the gymnasium for a few moments to give our graduates and teachers time to say goodbye, and then join us in the cafeteria for a receiving line. Congratulations again to the best class ever, the class of 2025.